Peace, family. What's going on with you? This is your man, Curtis Florence. I want to thank you for tuning in to my scope today. Today, I'm just tuning in because I had something that weighed heavily on me. You know what I mean? I'm just doing a 90-day challenge, and today is day 8, I believe, of my 90-day challenge, and so I'm trying to better myself. I've done this challenge before. It was created by the founder of the globalshift movement, my good friend Benny Esco. Follow him definitely, by the way. So this is day 8 of my 90-day challenge. So I'm challenging myself, and that's what this challenge is. It's a challenge to better yourself, to change yourself, to transform yourself by any means you can, whether that be through reading, whether that be through meditation, whether that be through watching motivational videos and going to conferences or listening to motivational speeches. Anything that you can to change yourself, do that for 90 days, just to take yourself to that next level. And I've done this 3 times before. So I'm definitely proud of myself because I've escalated so high. You know, I see such a difference in myself. And, you know, I'm thankful to God that, you know, my life is the way that it is. So, you know, just to give you a little background on myself, my name is Curtis Florence. I'm an author and, you know, working on building myself as a speaker. I have a few books that have been sold on Amazon. Several of them are bestsellers. So I really just, you know, want to encourage anyone to follow their passion. You know what I mean? If anybody knows anything about books, you don't make a whole lot of money off of books. You really don't. It's really just pennies on the dollar. But if you have a story, if you have a gift for writing, you have to get it out there. It is time. It's time to step up and get your story out there, whatever it may be. And you don't necessarily have to be a writer to get your story out. Your story can come out in any way, shape, or form. Your story can come out through any other type of business. You know what I mean? If you open your own business, that's telling your story. You know what I mean? If you're a dancer, you tell your story through your dance. If you're a chef, or if you aspire to be a chef, that's how you tell your story. People learn a lot about you through your story. And it's amazing what you can do and who you can inspire when you decide to do what has been placed in your heart to do. It's amazing who you can inspire when you do that, because so many people have a story that they're too scared to put out. I mean, period. They're too scared to put it out. And now is the time. I'm telling you, it's time to get on our grind. We got to get back on our grind. Some of us have started to grind, and then we let the light burn out a little bit, you know, because I've done that. I started to realize that I was getting a little stale, a little stagnant, and I said, no, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not. It is time to get on our grind for those of us who have not, and it is time to get back on our grind for those of us who have been on it before. It's time to get back on it. It's time to lead by example. It's time to manifest whatever the world needs from us right now. It's never a case of I'll do it later or I'll do it tomorrow. No, the time is now, and it's always going to be now. Because if you say I'm going to do it tomorrow, when tomorrow does come, that's going to be considered now at tomorrow's time. So what's the point of waiting? Do it now. The more you keep putting it off, the more it's going to float away from you. It's just going to float away. I'm telling you, whatever it is that's on your heart, do it now. Because you never know when an opportunity is going to come back. There's a saying called there's no time like the present. And that's the absolute truth. There's no time like the present. So I'm telling you now, if you got something on your heart that you want to get out to the people, anything that's going to bring a gift to the people that comes straight from you, do it now. It's time. I'm telling you, it is time. Now is the time. Because the more we wait, the more we grow stale, the more we grow stagnant, the more we fall short. We can't really, you know what? And another thing about doing what you want to do, you got to set a goal for it. You got to set a goal. You got to say, okay, I'm going to become this or that. I'm going to become that, or I'm going to go to that place, or I'm going to achieve that. And you have to try and set a time frame for yourself. And no matter whether it happens during that time frame or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is when you set the goal and you work towards it, because that within itself brings about transformation. That within itself brings about change within your life. That within itself will take you to the next level. And then all of a sudden, boom, things will start to manifest in your life. And it's time to start manifesting whatever is in our hearts, whatever is in there. I'm telling you, it's time to start manifesting. We got to do it. We can't waste any more time. This is a time of a global shift. The whole globe is in a process of shifting. Everybody is going to be getting on one accord, and you don't want to miss it. Okay, you don't want to say, well, I didn't know if it was the right time. I didn't know. The right time is right now. No matter when it is, it's always right now. Because you get these ideas for a reason. And when you get the ideas, that means you're supposed to act on them right then and there. If you act on them right then and there, you'll definitely benefit from them when you act on them. But if you try to act on them at a later time, you won't benefit from them as soon as you should. You can't try to reap harvest if you plant in the wrong season. You see? So now is always the right season to change yourself. Now is always the right season to accelerate yourself. Now is always the right season to start grinding. Now is always the right season to manifest. Now, if you want to manifest things in your life, you got to start within. As my friend Benny Esco says, your life is created from within. And that's the dead truth. I'm telling you. It's the absolute truth. Your life is created from within, because the way that the laws of the universe works, everything starts from a centralized point, no matter what it is, and it expands. You started from this small little seed and you expanded. Trees started from a small little seed and expanded. Everything, energy started from a small thing and expanded. And it works its way out. And that's how you do it. So here's something that you all need to know. If you want to bring about something within the world, first you have to emulate that within yourself. So if you want to be about peace, you have to start emulating peace, exuding peace. And what's going to happen is that energy is going to flow from within and travel outside of you. That energy is going to touch other people. And then that energy is going to return to you in a perfect circle when you're not even ready for it. Because sometimes you can work really hard and you say, man, I'm just trying to show some love, or I'm just trying to show peace. I'm trying to show some restraint. I'm trying to show some support. I'm trying to show some compassion. But nobody seems to be getting it. They are getting it. It's just that it doesn't happen when you want it to happen. The thing is, you have to say to yourself, I'm going to exude this, I'm going to emulate this, and I know for a fact that it's going to touch somebody. And I don't care who it is, and I don't know who it is. So it doesn't matter if I can't see it. I just know it's going to happen. And so that's what I say to myself. That is exactly what I said to myself before I did this scope. I know this is going to touch somebody, somewhere, some point, sometime. It does not matter, because I am fully prepared to not worry about it. Worrying will never bring you anything, okay? If you want something to come to you, it has to come out of you, okay? If you want love, give love. You want peace, give peace. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, I was watching this morning on TV. If you have it, the OWN network, you know, they have a show called Super Soul Sunday. And one of the episodes that was on this morning was Oprah interviewing Michael Beckwith. And he is he's a preacher at a church called the Agape Church. It's, one of the non-denominational, none of that, everything is about everybody. So everybody can come to this church. It's not a Baptist, it's not a Methodist, it's not this or that. It's anybody can come here, and God is for everybody. So let's all just get in the spirit on one accord, and let's do this. And so she was interviewing him, and he was talking, and it really inspired me, because he was one of those people. I first learned about him from the movie The Secret, and he was one of the people on there talking about the law of attraction. And he's a huge believer and teacher of that law, because that is a universal law that affects you whether you know it or not. Affects you whether you like it or not. Because a lot of people say, well, I've tried this law of attraction of things, and it doesn't work. I never get what I want. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've studied this. You're never going to get what you want. Period. You're never going to get what you want. And let me explain why. Because what you want is never what you get. When you say, I want something, what you're really saying in your subconscious, within you deep, you're saying, I don't have that. See, it's all about what everything you say, what it translates to. It's all about what it translates to. So if you say, I want $1 million, all you're saying is, I don't have $1 million, so I have a lack thereof. I have a lack thereof. And that's never what you want to do. In the spiritual and quantum, on that level, everything is energy. So you already have everything you want on that level, because all energy is connected. So all energy can manifest into whatever it wants. So when you say, I want something, what you're really saying is, I have a want. I have a lack of. I like it, but I don't have it. That's all you're really saying. So don't say what you want. Always say what you have. Because, as I said, energy is within you, and what it manifests comes without. You see, everything starts within and goes without. So you can't always say, I want something. You have to say, I have it. Because on that spiritual, quantum, scientific level, you actually have it. Because you can create it. That's how we're made. We're made to create. We're made to manifest. So trust me when I tell you, you have it. So if you look at it from that perspective, if you look at it, in that way, if you get that perception about it, then that's how you manifest things in your life. So start manifesting right now. It is time to manifest. It is time to step up. It is time to create. It is time to grind. And don't worry about whether or not you're reaching what you need to reach. Don't worry about if this is affecting people. Don't worry about if it's actually going to come back to you. When you worry, it never happens. It's almost like you're keeping it at a distance. Like the old trick where they said they used to tie a carrot or something like that to a stick and put it in front of a horse, and he'd keep running after it. That's what happens when you worry. That's what happens when you say you want. You're putting it out in the universe, but the more you move forward, the more it moves forward. It stays at a perfect distance away from you. Think about that. If you want something, know that you already have it. Everything that we need in this universe has been given to us in abundance. It's just about us learning to manifest it. Period. Go in and do it. You have to go into the energy level of the universe and force it to manifest in your life, because you have control over that. I just wanted to give everyone that message, because that was heavy on my heart today. Just remember that it's time. It's time to do it now. Again, my name is Curtis Florence, and I want to give a shout out to my family at the Global Shift movement. I want to give a shout out to my good friend Dominic Manafo, entrepreneur down in South Carolina. If you're down in the South Carolina area, please go visit him. He has a shop, an ice cream shop called Original Painters. Homemade ice cream. Best ice cream you could ever have. And he'll definitely show you what I'm talking about. And just to give you some good books to read, this is one book that transformed my life a lot. Just immensely. Bam. Think and Grow Rich. If you ever have a chance to read that book, read it over and over and over again. See, any good book that's teaching you how to transform your life, you should never just read it one time. You'll always get something out of it every time you read it. And I've read that book at least 20 times. So every time I read it, I'm always seeing something that I didn't even notice before. I'm like, how did this pass me? I read this. How? And so, it's a blessing, because that's how the subconscious mind works. You know what I mean? You pick up on certain things that you didn't notice the first time. Another great book to read, one of my own, Change You, Change the World. Amazon bestseller. That is the book that I have written a year ago in 2016. Excuse me. And it's become an Amazon bestseller. And I basically just go through the whole process of how change can help accelerate your life, how change can help you to take you to the next level, how change not only affects you, but it affects the whole world around you, because of the fact that everything starts from within. If you want to see change outside of you, you have to see change inside of you. So remember that. You start by changing what's within, and all that energy is going to spread all around you. I'm telling you. It's good stuff. Another book that I helped to co-author, the man himself, Mr. Dominic Manafo, Adoption Saved My Life. I'm telling you now, go out there and check that out. It's on Amazon. It's such a powerful story, of him growing up and how his life came to be the way that it is through all the struggles and things that he went through. And it really helps you to understand that no matter who you are, your life can change, and no matter what your circumstances is, you can appreciate those circumstances and make a good thing out of it. You can make something good out of everything. So go check that out. Adoption Saved My Life. Dominic Munafo. You won't regret it. I'm going to be writing my own life story soon. I've been working on it, but I haven't completed it yet. So be on the lookout for that. If you want to find me, I'm on Facebook. I have my own page, Curtis Florence, or you can find me under my business page, Flow Publishing. That's Flow, F as in Frank, LO hyphen publishing, Flow Publishing. And you can find me on WordPress, at florencepublishing.wordpress.com. You can find me on Twitter under Flow Publishing. You can find me on Twitter under Curtis Florence. And you can find several of my other books on Amazon as well. I hope that this scope has touched someone, and I know that it has. And, I hope that they in turn pay it forward, if you will. Because, see, I don't necessarily beg for anyone to pay me back or do anything nice for me just because I did something for them. I don't care about that. What I want you to do is, if this touched you, do the same thing for someone else. Go to someone else and give them something that can help them. Spread some love. Spread some peace. Spread a message that can help someone. So, do that. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Peace and blessings to everybody. We'll talk again soon.